Next on our agenda are the Nevada Gaming Control Board Division reports. I believe this month is the Audit Division.
Very good. Thank you, Madam Secretary. The Audit Division, this is a time for our agents, deputy chiefs, and chiefs of each division to come forward and tell the board and the public a little bit about what their division does and what they may need from the board in order to do their job better and the resources they may need. And tell us what you have to present here today. Thank you for showing up.
No problem. Good afternoon, Chair Hendrick, Member Watkins, Judge Assad, Madam Secretary. Rusty LeBlanc, Deputy Chief of the Audit Division for the record. I'm here today to give a quick overview of the Audit Division. All right. So I'll start this presentation going over the exceptional team that we have at the Audit Division. We're located in Las Vegas and in Reno. Currently, the division has 84 professional staff, which consists of agents and above. We also have 6 support staff. The current chief of the Audit Division is Thomasina Fremont. We also currently have 2 other deputy chiefs besides myself, Carrie Bradley, who is located in Reno, and Peggy Chung in the Las Vegas office. We also have 5 supervisors, Lana Balaski, Donna Cordial, Bill Lehman, who is located in Reno, Mandy Levitt, and Shelley Newell. Approximately 40% of the Audit Division staff are either CPAs or have passed the CPA exam and in the process of satisfying their experience credentials. Although we require a bachelor's degree in accounting or finance to be a qualified candidate, our preferred candidate would have 150 hours of credit hours so they can sit for the CPA exam right away. Additionally, we have a number of professional staff that have obtained other certifications, such as a CIA, which is a Certified Internal Auditor, CFE, Certified Fraud Examiner, CISA, which is Certified Information Systems Auditor, and CPM, Certified Public Manager. Audit Division functions. The Audit Division's primary function is to complete compliance and tax audits to ensure the proper reporting of revenue for Group 1 licensees. So the public is aware, a Group 1 licensee is a gaming establishment who generates more than $7.3 million in gross gaming revenue in a year, or a licensee whose primary operations is race and sports books and takes more than $83.2 million in wagers per year. The Audit Division is in charge of auditing 3 different taxes. The first is percentage fees, which is the taxes on gross gaming revenue, expired wagering vouchers, which are wagering vouchers that have not been redeemed by the patrons, and live entertainment tax, which is a tax on admissions to events with live entertainment. Additional functions. The Audit Division also performs other functions in addition to audits. Some of these functions include reviewing and evaluating internal control systems by the licensees. We review financial statements, internal audit reports, CPA reports to monitor the financial health and compliance of Group 1 licensees. We also administer an approval process for live race broadcast and off-track parimutuel wagering. Compliance and tax audits. The Audit Division conducts a full compliance audits for each Group 1 licensee every 2 to 3 years. This time depends on the number of manpower in relation to the number of Group 1 licensees inventory. Our audits encompass all months since the prior audit, which results in 100% of monthly tax returns being examined by our auditors. In between audits, at least one interim contact is performed as a spot check to ensure licensees are staying in compliance with applicable regulations. If a licensee is deemed to be more high risk, at least 2 interim contacts are performed in between audits. Just so the public is aware, we perform our audits in accordance to GAAS, which is generally accepted auditing standards. We will issue an opinion on whether a licensee has properly reported revenue on their monthly tax returns and disclose our findings in an audit report. Next slide. Some recent highlights for the Audit Division. We have recently updated the minimum internal control standards, the MICS, which are minimum standards and the best practices required for Group 1 licensees. MICS version 9, which is the most recent version, became effective, on June 1st, 2023. New MICS are released approximately every 5 years. It comes with many updates. It takes a huge undertaking. It requires a lot of manpower and time to complete these updates. In coming up with many of these updates, we analyze the change in technology, as well as getting feedback from the licensees on the mix and what they recommend could possibly be improved or modified. We even get industry feedback before we even adopt these mix, make sure they're okay with the changes and have any recommendations. We really analyze what we could do to make life easier for the licensees, but still maintain adequate controls over gaming. I wanted to pass along some additional information. As I previously mentioned in a prior slide, we perform our full scope audits every 2 to 3 years, depending on available manpower. However, through the past few years, the audit cycle has been steadily increasing. Our audit cycles are tending closer to the 3-year period, and this is it's primarily caused by 3 different reasons. The first is the high turnover in our workforce. In the last fiscal year, we had 14 agents separate employment from the audit division. Currently, approximately 45% of the agents with the board have been with us for less than 2 years. We have lost a lot of institutional knowledge, and a lot of our experienced agents are spending a lot of time training rather than performing audits. We have been actively recruiting, and we have been able to fill some positions. However, we still have some vacancies. The second factor is the increase in Group 1 licensees. With the substantial increase in gross gaming revenue the past few years, we have multiple licensees that have been reclassified from Group 2 to Group 1. And additionally, we had a few licensees that are opening within the past few years. And also, as a further note, we plan on having a few more licensees that are opening in the next coming fiscal year. And the third factor are challenges encountered with licensees. As a result of COVID-19, almost all licensees have experienced high turnover in their workforce. This just adds to the challenges that occurred during our audits. And that concludes my brief overview of the audit division. I wanted to thank the board for the opportunity and the time to present in front of you, and allow us the opportunity to let the public know what the audit division entails, and the Gaming Control Board overall.
Thank you, Deputy Chief. Wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Although this is a non-action item, so we can't take any action on anything you've brought up. Are there any questions from board members for Deputy Chief LeBlanc?
I do have one question.
Yes.
Michael.
Thank you. Is the trend that you're seeing toward Group 1 licensees something that's new?
It seems like it's a little bit more than normal as of late with the reclassification from Group 2 to Group 1.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just as of late, it's been a little bit more.
And
Hopefully, it kind of evens out down the road, but within the last couple of years, there has been an increase in them.
that was my next question, is as since when? But thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Great presentation.
Thank you. Any questions?
Judge?
Yes, thank you. Excellent presentation. I appreciate it. It's a great learning experience for me. Can you think of anything we can do besides try to increase the pay to retain more of the agents, keep them from leaving for other positions?
I mean, you've already done a great job. Chair Hendrick and the board members, y'all did the employee appreciation, which is greatly received and highly enjoyed by a lot of our agents. And we really see that all the work and effort you're trying to do to build morale here. And I think you're doing a great job. It'll even out eventually. We'll get a whole group of good candidates in here, and hopefully we just maintain our levels of employment. But I think we're trending in the right direction. I mean, obviously we just cut the raises recently, which helps. But we are doing a lot of things to increase morale, which is also beneficial as well.
And you still see a discrepancy between what the agents are paid here and throughout, not just your division, and say other state agencies on a parallel level?
I'm not real familiar with all that, so I can't really accurately state that. So, but I think so, but I don't want to be on record saying yes, that's the case.
Just looking ahead for a future bill draft.
That
Excellent. That's all I have. Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Deputy Chief.
Thank you.
Chief Fremont, thank you. Thank all of the agents and employees in the audit division. Certainly, as the Game Control Board's one of our very top functions is to be sure that we accurately and appropriately account for and collect tax on behalf of the state of Nevada. So all your hard work is greatly appreciated. Thank you for the presentation.